All right, welcome to Take Two, the Rock 95 morning crew. It's Craig, Kat, and Bryan. The first time we've done a podcast together in a while.
The new year.
The new year. We've had to separate from time off here, there, and everywhere. So welcome back, everyone. Bryan's got a beef.
What's new?
I think he's got a justified beef here. You were doing a little shopping and...
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen somebody park bad. You know, sometimes they take up two spots. Sometimes they're too close to the line.
The two spots drives me nuts.
I know.
does,
and it's
right?
Never a car that you're like, okay.
Because it's always done... Yeah. But it's always done on purpose, right?
Yeah.
For
It feels like
somebody who
Don't
thinks,
dent my car.
I'm going to do that, and you're not going to ding my car with your door. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
What makes
it's
you so
annoying.
special?
People do it like Honda Civics. Chill.
But we've never seen that. I've never seen anybody pull into a spot and do it.
No.
It's always you're walking by and you go, oh, if this guy was here. Anyway, I saw someone doing a crazy park job. And I wanted to say something, but I didn't because I wasn't by myself, I don't think. I don't want to get into it with anybody. But they did a worse job than taking up two spots. So it was in front of a business. It was a strip mall. And in front of businesses at a strip mall, you have all those yellow painted lines, which is a crosswalk for people, right?
Right.
So they parked there. And they parked on the opposite side of the road. So their vehicle was facing the wrong direction.
I've got a ticket for parking like that before.
Yeah, you can't even do that in general.
Yeah.
Then, as I'm walking up to the door, this is all happening. They pull up, they park, they leave the car on, they blare music, and then shut the door. You could still hear the music. And then they walked in right in front of me, and then they held the door for me, and they were like,
Oh, kind of them. That's
and I'm
nice.
like, I'm not saying thanks. Yeah. I did not say thank you to them for that.
So your problem with them is one that they were inconveniencing everybody by basically parking in front of the door.
Yeah, they parked in front of the door, which is crazy. You blocked everything, including, even like wheelchair accessible, right? That's where they have the little dip in the curb.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're parking there. You left your vehicle on. You left crappy music, too.
You're talking country, right?
Well, there you go.
And then I'm like, this is my whole fascination while I'm in the store. I'm like, what are they getting? I want to know if they're in and out. Are they getting a drink and then they're popping back out, which you think they would? And no, they were in there as long as I was, like 10, 15 minutes.
Did you see what they got?
Yeah, they got bags, gift bags.
Really?
Yeah, I was watching them like a hawk.
And the store was what store was it?
No, it was a Dollarama.
Right. Would you ever just run in? You don't run into a Dollarama.
No.
Like, that's not a store that you're like, I'm just going to run
It's
in.
a crazy place to park just in general. You can't do that.
It's just laziness, right?
Entitlement? There's a couple other words.
Entitlement?
Yeah. And really, how many extra steps? How many extra steps?
And we were trying to think of the stores that it would be acceptable. Like, I mean, I probably park every time just because
So do
I'm
I.
too antsy to think that I'm going to leave my car out there running.
But if I have someone in the vehicle,
But if you have someone in the
changes
vehicle,
it.
then it changes things. But what are the stores that are acceptable? So if you ran into a convenience store to grab a pack of
drink.
gum,
Sure.
a drink, whatever.
Now, that being said, don't park on the wrong side so your car's facing the wrong direction.
No, don't do that.
Never do that.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, put your hazards on and then, yeah, you can pop
I
out.
see it at the gas station probably more than anything.
To go run in and grab
something.
windshield washer fluid.
Like I'll be
I have to
pumping
pay
gas
for-
and somebody
yeah.
will pull up and then you can see the cars on and then they run in to get... Yeah.
Because otherwise you're taking up a spot for the gas pump, and then you're like,
Right, don't
which
do
is
that.
worse?
Yeah.
We've
A pizza place is fine.
pizza, if
Yeah.
you're just picking up something that you've already ordered.
Right, you have to have
Right.
already ordered.
Yeah, restaurants, just in general.
Yeah.
If they got your food ready for you and you're just
Yes.
kind of running in to grab it, that's fine. We did get texts about the LCBO, which I'm like,
That's not
No.
a run-in situation.
I don't know about that.
No,
Yeah.
how long the line is in there, you don't know.
But what about a beer store? Because the beer store is a little more accessible with its product, right? There's,
But not always. Sometimes you got to wait for the rollers.
not always, and you never know when
The
you get in there,
line.
right? So
No, I'd say the beer store, no.
the beer store is a no.
No.
Okay.
No.
What about if you're returning some empties?
And not going in to buy
And
more
not-
beer?
you're just-
Well,
yeah,
that's a
you're not-
weird,
You gotta
weird move
know,
anyway.
then you're-
Why'd you go?
Yeah, then
You
you're
wanna collect 30
separating
cents.
them. You're waiting for them to count them. You're getting your receipt. And then they're
Yeah.
like, how often are you like, give me the $7 cash?
Yeah. By the way, I'm done with that. I just throw them in my recycling.
You know what?
bin.
Me too. And it's funny because you guys were talking about it the other, and I just had stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was like, oh, this is such a waste. But I'm like, how am I collecting all of these?
It's a waste
and, like,
of time,
to make
yeah.
it worth my time.
Yeah, we're not saying you shouldn't recycle.
Right.
But we put it in the recycling bin now, and then it usually kind of gets picked up by people that take it for themselves,
Yeah,
which is fine. If you
that's
want to
fine.
have that money, you're welcome to it.
It's your good karma.
Or it gets recycled. I just find the process of taking up some garage space for a bunch of empties.
Yeah. And then it's a pain. You got to lug
then
it
it's
into
a
your
pain.
car. Then you
Yeah.
got to lug it into the store. Then you
Yeah.
got to separate it.
Yeah. Anyway, we got sidetracked. Nonetheless, so you weren't alone.
No.
And if you were alone, would you have caused a little bit of a beef there? Would you have said something?
I don't know. I can't say.
Are you not a
hypothetical?
hypothetical?
Right? I don't know if I would have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And it was a woman, right? So, like, you don't want to look like the bad guy. And
There you go. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't have.
yeah.
I'm a gentleman.
Yeah.
There you go.
But then I thought, you know what? I'll go to work and I'll tell everybody I know.
And put it on a podcast.
Yeah.
We'll do Craig's List and talk about the trending topics coming up.
Craig's List.
All right, these are some of the things that went down this week. They found an iPhone. This is from the door that was sucked out of the Alaska Airlines flight that everybody saw footage of, which is just crazy footage to me.
Happened almost right away, right?
I mean, almost right away.
Like as soon as I got up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, just minutes after they were in the air. So, but they were still like 16,000 feet up, and it sucked out a lot of things. Didn't suck out any people, thank goodness.
No, there's no sitting there.
But an iPhone was gone, and they found it,
Hey.
and it was just kind of sitting there. And lo and behold, it's in mint condition.
Hey.
So what an ad for iPhone.
Team iPhone, baby.
Yeah. So I guess somebody was just going for a stroll and they found this phone sitting under a bush, and it was in airplane mode, and it was also on the website to claim your baggage. So
it adds up, I guess.
which is kind of funny that somebody would actually go to that website right away in
But
the flight.
also, yeah. Who doesn't have a self-locking phone? That's what is weird to me. You just leave your phone. Like, there's no way this person found it right away.
I actually didn't see a picture of this
I
phone
don't think
either.
the phone was falling for
He
5
said
minutes at least.
He said there was no locked screen or anything like that. So
That's
Did he? But he didn't
sketchy
take
to
a
me.
photo of it?
I don't have a lock screen on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, I open it so much. I mean, I don't want to go through the process, and nobody
What if
picks up my
somebody
phone.
takes it?
Nobody's
Your
going to take my
personal
phone. I have a
details.
crappy phone. Nobody's looking at this thing. But anyway, not scratched. Like this thing
It's
was
amazing.
well, yeah, amazing. Because you figure, how many times have you dropped it in the kitchen, 3 feet from your waist, and
know.
then cracked?
And then you hear that story about dropping a penny from the top of the CN Tower and it could, blow a hole into the concrete.
Well, that's it. And there was a lot of things that fell out of that plane. They still can't find the door. So they found a phone,
my iPhone.
Yeah, you can track the iPhone.
the Consumer Electronics Show is going on in Vegas. You want to go through some of these products?
Yes.
Because I love the Consumer Electronics Show. I think it's a lot of fun, and there are some things that they're going to be highlighting. And
Is it almost like concept stuff that we might not ever really see the light of day?
for
but it's
sure?
just cool.
Yeah. It's just crazy inventions, new tech that they're proud of for whatever reason,
This
and then
is like the test for GoFundMe.
yeah, like some of these
Yeah, pretty much.
some of these things are definitely getting a release date. They've like even just simple things. They're releasing a Jaws pinball machine, and
How has that not been done?
yeah, really.
They've done every kind of pinball machine 7 times.
And this is a great. I was watching a video for it, and there's a little chum bucket that's hanging that you got to knock over, and eventually Jaws comes up and swallows your ball. And it's great.
great.
$20,000.
So that'll be worth your money coming up later on this year. There's a 3D laptop.
3D.
What?
Yeah. So you look at like a 3D movie, but you got a laptop there, and
Imagine working on that thing.
Oh my God.
No.
yeah, I don't want a Zoom meeting in
No.
3D. And then we got the bidet. That is kind of a smart
Does
bidet.
anybody have a bidet? Do you guys?
No.
No.
Have
No.
you considered it?
No. Yes. But
Okay.
my parents had one of those old school ones. Do you remember the ones that were like their own
Yes.
porcelain throne that looked like a toilet, but you were like, what is this?
Yeah,
They got
real.
it taken out immediately
Oh, they didn't like it.
from their house. No.
Yeah, I used my buddy's bidet. He had one, and
Yeah.
I've never used it before. And boy, did I leave a mess.
Whoa.
No, not that way. Water went everywhere.
It's clean or not?
Don't invite Craig over.
Anyway, this is a smart bidet, which means it's a seat that actually goes onto any toilet. So
Right. That's one I've sat on. One like that.
okay.
The
Well,
one
and
that's inside the toilet.
this one is one where you can command it, so you don't have to turn it on or anything. You say, Alexa, wash my ass.
which is necessary.
And then you say, Alexa, dry my ass.
And then you can prank the person that comes over to your house. Alexa, wash my ass.
Alexa, why is the seat warm?
So that's going for $2,000. Like that's
nuts.
That's
Ridiculous.
a steep price for a clean butt. And then this invention here kind of gets my attention here because it's a TV and it's a transparent TV. So this is a brand new LG Signature see-through television. It's wireless. It's invisible to your house. And my wife is always complaining about how ugly TVs look for whatever reason. And I just want to go bigger and bigger and bigger.
Right. Do you ever say, hey, I'll put on the frame around it and maybe it'll look like a photo?
I said, we'll turn it on the aquarium. That way you feel like you got some fish.
Yeah.
But she would love one of those ones that kind of just dips down into the
the
ground, or
celebrities have it,
yeah, exactly, and just disappears. It's supposed to make your living room look bigger if you don't have a TV.
Well, when you look at houses that are staged that are being sold, there's never a TV in them.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm like, where do I put the TV?
I know.
That's the first thing I look at.
Who lives here?
Anyway, this is a see-through TV. But it also you can turn into a regular one. But this is kind of interesting. It can become invisible when it's off, so it's not there at all, or it can become transparent. So if you're watching something like a nature show, you could see like a little bird on the leaf, and then in the background, there's your cutlery and your
But
dishes
does that
and
not
whatever.
just take away from the amazing graphics now of TVs? Like you're 17K, but you're seeing, the outlet behind the
I know. I'd be
wall.
like,
It's funny, but who wants it, right? Craig's wife wants it. So does she care about that, or does she care about it being seen?
I'd be watching the TV going, boy, I need to clean these walls.
Listen to Craig, Kat, and Bryan, the Rock 95 Morning Crew. Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on Barrie's Rock Station, Rock 95.